And I don't know what you be doing to these dudes, but you know they get a
live
bite
on
of
air.
you.
What I be
They
doing
get a
to these
bite of
dudes?
you. You know what I'm saying? You be
You live on air. What's the deal, YouTube? We back with the weekly Big Gamer Small Talk Weekly podcast. And guess what, baby? I got my mic together.
No more last gen mic for
no
next
more
gen.
last
No
gen
more
mic.
480i. No more 480i. So
Turn me down a little bit next gen.
I will do that. I will do. So
Are we on live?
Yeah,
yeah,
we're live.
we
Okay.
rocking and rolling. So this is the show that this.
Yeah.
I was trying to. But listen, this is the show everyone's been asking about our E3 predictions, the pre-E3 show, the show that everybody's been talking about for the last few weeks. You can't wait for our E3 prediction. The E3 show is here, we're live. So who want to go up first? What you? We'll let Worry.
You want me to go first?
What are you expecting from whoever, Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo?
Well, first of all, I can't believe that I'm going first and not the producer.
The producer.
I was late to the show.
The most compelling. Not going first.
Also the king of
all game-related media. Somebody, I'm not going to say no name, somebody hit me on Twitter like, crap, they believe that shit? I said, there's a bear shit in the woods and wipe his ass with a rabbit? Hell yeah, crap, believe it. The most compelling. What's wrong with you?
Damn right.
Also, he is the...
I'm the alternative to... I'm the alternative.
Yeah.
I'm the alternative to game-related biased journalism as well. So.
Yeah, the alternative.
Yep, I'm 100% the alternative. Yeah. I've got all
y'all
these different
don't know
names,
Crap
man.
Gamer wear many hats. You know what I'm saying? He got about 15 jobs over there.
Them are female.
Yeah.
He leads an alternative lifestyle.
I do. Well, in most aspects, but not,
all right,
not the way you're thinking.
All right, what's the kickoff here? What are we expecting?
We're going to talk about predictions. So why don't you Microsoft is going first. So why don't you maybe do Microsoft's and then maybe what you think Sony will do as well. You know what? Yeah, because it's real interesting.
We all do Microsoft, we all do Sony, then we all do...
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, well, so start off with Microsoft then. What do you think Microsoft is bringing?
I think that they're going to bring a new Rare IP. Hopefully it's Rare. You know, the old Rare, hopefully it's a Banjo game. Hopefully it's some kind of platformer that Rare used to do. I can't wait to see something like that. I think that they're going to have two really big announcements that are going to I think they're going to have two really big ones that are going to be sort of jaw-dropping. Only because they seem to be really confident, don't they? They seem to be,
arrogant. I'm going to tell you, Worry, they got that chipmunk arrogance back, bro.
No. They got
you know what I'm saying? They got that Don Matrix arrogance right back, baby.
Somebody tweeted me on Twitter, like, I guess this is what you're getting at E3 2015 with the official Microsoft pack. You get a rare pin. So,
it's
Rare
the old symbol too. It's the old symbol.
Yeah, it's the old Rare symbol, which is interesting because it's their 30th anniversary and there's rumors.
Wait. Hold on one second. Not to cut you off. Hey, Next Gen.
Yes.
You see how Crap said, okay, why don't you start worrying? Now he's taking
right? Next thing you know, I'm going to get people.
He can't help himself. He's the most compelling.
He's the most compelling, man. He got, it's hard. He loves himself.
Why don't you start?
No, I was just jumping in there because somebody tweeted that to me.
Go ahead.
So somebody tweeted me that the pin is in, that cool looking pin. That's all. There, go ahead. Go ahead.
Hold on one second. The pin that we can use in our dashboard, a pin like that?
No, it's like a pin, like an actual pin that comes in a pack that you get for attending the Microsoft E3 conference.
It's a big pin. That's all it is. It's a big.
Somebody tweeted it to you as well, like the pin, like you pin.
Okay, that kind. I thought you were talking about the kind you write with, the big.
No, it looks like a pin, like a pin, P-I-N. Jesus Christ.
Wow. You with your double-breasted suit, huh?
Yeah, exactly. All
right, well, Worry, the floor is yours.
Go ahead, Worry.
Well, I want to try and sound hip right now, so I'm going to say, Microsoft's been balling and shot calling.
Yeah. No doubt.
Know what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you're saying.
You know what I was really surprised with? I was talking to you earlier about it. The way that they're interacting with people at that event, and they're just walking the lines, and I saw Aaron Greenberg bringing out like carts with food on it for people and just intermingling with the crowd and stuff like that. That goes a long way. It really does. Yeah, I mean, that stuff, I haven't seen that. I mean, if they did that last year, I wasn't aware of that. But
I don't think they had a pre-E3 event.
A round of applause for Mooch. Captain America joined.
Hey now.
Hey now.
But go ahead, Warren. Finish up, Warren.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, you want me to predict like one big game announcement?
Yeah, what are you expecting from him?
Just, even if it ain't true, just something.
I said, you can take a shot in the dark.
It's just shot in the dark.
I think that they may have the rights to Splinter Cell because that's always been sort of their stealth game.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they're going to bring that back in a big way. But they may have EA and Microsoft are really, really chummy right now, especially with the EA access. Now you got Titanfall.
Yep, just announced.
So maybe some of that BioWare Knights of the Old Republic shake loose.
Jade Empire.
Or something like that.
Mm.
Some of those two really old OG Xbox games that they don't have the rights to, but BioWare is owned by EA. EA seems to be really close with Microsoft, so maybe they're going to let one of two of those games be developed again for the Xbox. That would be huge. Can you imagine Knights of the Old Republic? The continuation of that series.
On the Xbox One. I thought the Microsoft published the last two.
They did.
Didn't Obsidian or no? They were developer. I'm sorry.
Obsidian developed KOTOR 2, BioWare KOTOR 1, and Jade Empire, but Microsoft published all of them.
Right. Hey, so nobody likes the guy late to the party, but what was announced with Titanfall? What did I miss in the past few hours?
It's on EA Access now. They added it to the.
All right,
that was a free game.
Very nice.
Which basically means, man, you get a $350 Xbox One. You put your $5 down for EA Access. You've got access to Battlefield 4, Titanfall.
Just $30. You get it for the whole year.
Yeah, that's the better deal. But I'm just saying, if say you're a cheap bastard and you only got $5 extra after that, you just and I'm just saying, you got almost every genre covered. You got like a puzzle game. You got Peggle. You've got Plants vs. Zombies. You got NBA Live.
Listen, we speculated on this a few episodes ago, but this is massive for the game of Titanfall for that IP. Like now you've got it in everybody's home. I mean, there's a lot of people with EA Access, and
on there.
What's that? Again?
Isn't Rayman on there?
No, that's
no. We got that. Yeah, it was Games for Gold.
It was Games for Gold. It was free.
That should be so.
Yeah, I have that game too.
But I mean, in all honesty, that excites me because I mean, anybody who follows me actually on Xbox knows that I play a good amount of Titanfall every week. And listen, you're not in the game. There's no lobbies for more than a minute, and there's a good community already out there. But now to open it up to everybody, I'm actually pumped. That's great. And I think
more players to play with. That's what I guess that is good for you guys. More people to play with, more noobs to kill.
You think absolutely, Steve. But you think it would be? Now you're speaking my language. But do you think maybe it would be like this is an inkling into? I don't think Titanfall 2 is presumably just going to go multi-plat. I mean, there's a.
I thought they announced it already, though.
No, he said they'd like to. It's still they're looking at it. But to be honest with you, all we have to see right now is a huge following, even if it's free through EA Access, and Microsoft sees those numbers grow. It's something that we kind of say is married to the Xbox name, much like a lot of the other games we've come to like. Like Mass Effect and what else has been Microsoft born and just stayed there? I think you were saying Splinter Cell stayed there.
Splinter Cell,
went to the PS4, the PS3.
But can we get through the predictions?
Yeah. Oh, my fault. Sorry about that. That's my fault. That's my fault.
That's all right. Yeah. I already got cut off by the most compelling. It's no big deal.
I short space everybody, man, and now people will be like, "Man, crap! Don't let anybody talk."
He bodied me.
Yeah.
Stupid, man.
You just got bodied. Go ahead.
No, I'm good. You guys go now. I'm good.
All right. So who's next? Producer, take over, producer.
Okay, I think they're going to show Mass Effect 4.
Oh, wait, hold on. Not to cut you off. I just want to talk about something real fast.
Crab Gamer prediction is that short. It's over. All right,
I think they are going to have a couple of really good third-party stuff to show as well. I think they're going to show Mass Effect 4 on their stage. They're going to show We Know Plants vs. Zombies 2. They're going to show, I think...
Wait, Mass Effect 4 is being an exclusive? Or
No. It's just they're probably going to have some kind of content deal or something.
Okay, all right.
I don't see that being exclusive. I think that they are going to have something from Epic Games exclusive.
Could you imagine that? Wait, hold on, crap. Just one. Could you imagine if Mass Effect 4 wasn't fucking exclusive? That wins them E3.
It would be crazy, but you know what? I never trust any of these deals with EA, like long term.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like just me. I got a feeling that Titanfall 1 somehow is going to get swerved a couple years from now. Like maybe when Titanfall 2 comes and
I thought the lifetime was an exclusive. I thought they made that shit clear. The lifetime.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you know, since it is online only, I could see that because they are relying on the Xbox servers and stuff, Microsoft's. But you know, just I don't trust EA. You know, like look what happened with Mass Effect 1. I think the PS3 got it 5 years late. But and I think they only got it digitally as well. I don't think they ever got to.
You know what? I think Microsoft had to be reimbursed. It was something, you know, diametric because they had a 3-game deal with BioWare, so some money had to go back to Microsoft. And we realized Mass Effect 1 wasn't as big as 2 and 3, so you know they didn't.
Yeah,
you know,
that's true.
That's probably the reason why they did it.
And it was still sold better on Xbox platforms because. You know, that's where people originally played it. I mean, I don't know anybody that really played it on PlayStation. You know,
problems too. Frame rate.
It's pretty bad because I bought it again on PS3 like later on when they were like $5 each on PS3 used, of course. I went to go play and I'm like, man, this plays really bad. And why does it look so bad? You know what I mean? Like considering. You know, you got into that mode, I think, last gen where people thought the PlayStation 3 versions all looked better because it was quote-unquote more powerful, and it really wasn't the case. Things really kind of played piss poor and things like that. But, okay, so I think they'll probably have some Mass Effect 4, and obviously they're going to do the Halo stuff. I think they're going to do some kind of rare 30th anniversary collection, and then they're going to do Rare's new. I think they're going to do that, the collection, and then Rare's new IP, right? So they're gonna say, let's go back to the past. Here's Rare's collection. Here's their new IP.
What would you like to see in the collection?
You know, like HD versions of Banjo and
Battletoads.
Yeah, you know, Battletoads, like something. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. And I think Twisted Pixel's gonna have a new AAA. It's gonna be their first AAA exclusive, and they have like a really kind of wicked sense of humor and do a really good job. So I'm excited for that. And like I said, I think Epic Games is going to bring out an exclusive for the Xbox One as well.
You think Cliffy B would be on stage?
No. He's on the PC. He doesn't have with Epic anymore.
Yeah, Cliffy B sucks.
He got his own studio.
Cliffy B's kind of a dick.
He's doing a free-to-play or something.
Yeah, he's doing a free-to-play PC game. It's not even coming to... and he's big into VR. He's, like, super big into VR. Like, he thinks Oculus Rift is, like, the greatest thing ever. Like, he thinks people are really going to want to, you know, spend hours on end with that damn thing strapped to their face. You know what I mean? I think that's kind of ridiculous. Okay, so, yeah, I think Epic Games is going to show up there and give them an exclusive. Obviously, we're going to get Tomb Raider, Forza, and that kind of stuff. And I think that... there might be one other big thing, but I don't know what it is yet. That's the great thing about this E3. Nothing is really leaked. I mean, we don't know. So, you know, that's just me taking a shot in the dark with stuff. I do like your thinking with Splinter Cell because, remember, Conviction was an exclusive.
But it was really good and it was sold really well.
Well, it did over 1 million.
Yeah.
So, I mean...
It's just there. That's like... Even though it's not theirs, I mean, the first Splinter Cell on the OG Xbox, when you saw that game...
Yeah.
Oh my God! Wasn't it beautiful?
Not only that, but you had to play like the online stuff, the mercenary, mercenary mode or whatever. What the hell was that?
That was Splinter Cell 2.
Mercs versus Spot.
Yeah.
It was Splinter Cell 2. That wasn't 1.
But I mean, that game always sort of.
Splinter Cell 1 had some Xbox Live. Was it DLC or something along those lines? An add-on or something?
Yeah,
it said Xbox Live. Yeah, it had the Xbox Live symbol. That game looked beautiful. It blew my mind. It did come out on the PS2 later on, but it blew my mind graphically. I was like, oh my God, look at this game. Yeah. You know what I mean? I still remember the ending of that goddamn game.
So yeah, I think we're gonna get a lot of good surprises and stuff like that, and I'm excited for that. And you know, like most of all, I just want to be surprised. So I hate to even kind of guess because I don't know. At this point, like last year, we all knew.
I'm gonna take a shot in the dark with my surprise when I do.
Yeah, so I mean, like last year, right? We agreed. That was kind of the letdown of the thing. Was we all knew what it was because everything leaked way ahead of time. Right now, we all don't know because we all assumed Scalebound, Crackdown, and Quantum Break.
Not me. I didn't want to see that.
I don't want to see that trash.
Hey, to be honest with you,
it's not trash, but I didn't want to see it.
You know what? I think we could see, and I'm not gonna. Here goes a little something that I guessed about earlier. Dead Rising 4, because they were talking about already doing that because it sold well at launch, over 1 million copies. really early within the first couple of months. So they were already talking about a sequel, and I couldn't imagine that taking more than a couple years to do. You know what I mean? So you already have the assets and stuff like that, a little bit better understanding, and Capcom is they actually made money on it. So you know what I mean? And they're kind of in dire straits. I could see them doing another, Dead Rising 4 or something along those lines,
Yeah.
Who's next? Is it Showstopper?
It's me. It's me.
It's Showstopper. Hey, Showstopper, do hoof clickers.
No.
When's your next video? When's your next video?
Please bring back more Clicker. I get that a lot. Clicker is coming at the E3. He's gonna be highly teed off too. But what I expect, what I'm thinking we're gonna see, I think we're gonna see Battletoads, Banjo, and Conker. Appearance of Conker. Hopefully.
I hope so.
This is what I'm expecting. Just all three of those titles somehow gonna show they face, I think, this year.
Well, you say Banjo, Conker, and what else?
Conker and Battletoads.
Okay, Battletoads. Okay.
And I think we're gonna see those. We already know with Tomb Raider and all that other stuff, so we already know those. But just the three that I'm thinking that's gonna be a surprise is those. I'm gonna take a shot in the dark of like what would shock me, and if they had Star Wars 1313.
Ooh.
Okay. Here's why I say it could be possible, because they are tied with EA, and they have EA, and they kind of like, and they real partners and everything. But for Sony to have that deal, what did Microsoft, did they possibly pull this off? And this is the only reason why I'm sitting here saying that would be a shot in the dark for me, is that they already made a deal to have this exclusive. And they're gonna still get that one on there as well. So if that is the case, shut down. You know what I'm saying? I'm walking away from the show, and it's gonna take me about 10 minutes to come back. I'm just telling you right now, because I'm gonna have to process that.
So but Sony has the deal. Is appearing on Xbox consoles for EA access.
Understandable, but this thing, if they had their own Star Wars to show,
didn't they just announce
they wouldn't really need
Solo game, the Millennium Falcon open world Han Solo?
Yeah, it's the Visceral game is an open world Han Solo game. But what's interesting is, we all assume, because Microsoft did say that, hey, with EA access, you're going to be able to get Battlefront access first, like a week early, but I have a feeling that EA is going to come out on stage, or Sony's stage, and say, only PlayStation 4 owners are going to get a beta. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I got a feeling that they're going to get a beta that's going to be even earlier than that. You know what I'm saying? Because they're going to have to do something. And EA has been known to do like those little beta deals or whatever with Sony. Like, remember, what was it? Battlefield Hardline?
1080p, 60 frames a second.
Yeah, and then it wasn't. Fat ass boys. Hate that asshole.
Yeah, but that's just my shot in the dark. That, and that's just a
we forgot Joe Montana football. We forgot that.
Well, we know that's going to be there.
We
hope it's going to be an NFL license game.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But
the
shot in the dark for me will be just how the moves have been set up.
All right, who's next? Mooch.
Yeah. Hey, listen, here we go. I'm going last is tough because you guys hit a lot of subjects up. I'm going to go ahead and say,
these are yours.
I mean, to be honest with you, I do still feel like we're going to see something from the Mass Effect world. I'm holding out hope that it's Mass Effect 4. I got to give Showstopper some credit, because
Showstopper got booted right out of the damn
He disagreed with crap behind the scenes.
Yeah, he did, man. I was like, get the hell out of here.
You told us not to talk about that on the air, but might as well go all in.
I was like, get out of here, Showstopper.
Yeah, crap. Every time I leave, y'all, crap is giving me the boot, man. He hate having competition for being the most compelling.
I do, man.
You know what? I'm gonna ride the show. You actually did something that I got to applaud. He gave his speculation on what he thought would be the Megaton, and then he actually backed it up with a reason. Because anybody could just say something, but I like your point that with Sony locking down that Battlefront deal, Microsoft. Now, what I'm going to say is this is not my prediction, but I want to add the showstoppers. If it's not 13-13, maybe Microsoft, using your analogy, lock down that new Visceral game, Star Wars game that's coming out, headed by Amy Hennig. But
I just wish it wasn't so EA focused because they're so hard to lock down stuff from EA.
So, I mean, crap, you're right with what you're saying. It's hard to argue with what you're saying because you have a ton of facts that back you up. However, for some reason, even though you're right, Microsoft and EA have had one hell of a relationship this generation.
I agree. You know,
and
there could be stuff going on the scene. Microsoft gave up the sequel rights to Titanfall 2 to get something up. You know, I agree. There could be something there.
You know something else that you're not. Well, I'm sure you're thinking of it, but remember, they're not spending a lot of money anymore on marketing or on paid time content.
No, I'm happy.
You know what I mean? So
Me too.
That's a lot of money to throw at somebody
for an exclusive.
For a full exclusivity.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Well, we see how brilliant The Witcher 3 is, right? And you see that costs like 65, 67 million, right?
Yeah.
If you're going to spend that much money just to lock down some time content or whatever, you might as well make your own game.
The rumor was the Call of Duty marketing thing was 75 million. That was a rumor. I have nothing to back that up. But I mean, that's The Witcher. That's The Witcher.
Hey, well, I'll tell you this much: the GTA 4 content years ago was
50 million, wasn't it?
Yeah, 50 million. They were talking.
The
Destiny stuff was over 50 million. They say for Sony.
Right.
You know, so.
That's right. Yeah. And that's only the right to put your name on the side of a Taco Bell box.
Yeah, well, Sony's got all kinds of advertising up in that place, man. Big old greatness awaits thing.
Yeah, man. Listen, I got news for you. You know, people look up, they see it, they just look forward again, walk in. Nobody gives a shit about that anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They never swayed my purchase.
Yeah, ain't nobody watching the Thanksgiving Day floats anymore either. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's old news. Nobody cares about that shit.
Rich is gonna have a great channel when he gets.
I'm ready to sit down. Write that shit down. No,
nobody cares about that. He said, you know what's great about
Thanksgiving float.
We got to move on. We got to move on to the new shit. Like Sony's tactics right now, and we said this 3-4 shows back. Their tactics are what Microsoft did 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah, I just tweeted that to somebody today. Like it is absolutely true that the PS4 is following the 360 business model.
I did a video like that a month ago.
The Xbox One has become the PS3 of last gen.
Yeah.
Right.
So focusing on internally. It's absolutely true. Yeah.
You know, and I mean, so getting back to predictions real quick, I'm going to go ahead and say if we're going to talk about games being brought back to life, one, and this is because I'm a shooter at heart. You know, I know Xbox is the shooter box. I get that, but I guess maybe the reason I'm so stand behind it is I can't if someone wants to play a shooter, I'll put anything else down to play it. Maybe they'll bring back Perfect Dark Zero, you know, the sequel. I would like to see that. Yeah,
a rare sequel, Perfect Dark Zero.
Imagine they came out with something nasty that was really like that Bondish kind of shit again. Like, you know, not, of course, Bond, but something like that.
I heard they wanted to go a darker route with a sequel to that, but
fine.
John Matrick canceled it years ago. So you could see maybe Phil Spencer maybe kind of greenlighting that.
And that's a great character.
I forgot about Perfect Dark.
You know, and that's a nice little marriage they're bringing up with bringing another female protagonist into it. You know what I mean?
That is a good idea, yeah. Because then you would have Laura and Joanna Dark. So yeah.
Exactly. And the other thing I would say, and this may be boring to some because it's boring to speculate about this when you're talking about E3, but since they are talking about us preview members seeing something, I'm really looking forward to some crazy features. You know, I mean, everyone's saying backwards compatibility. Okay, whatever, you know what I mean? But something like that, but maybe take it up a step, you know, give us our streaming, do something with family sharing that we didn't know was coming. This is something that wouldn't ever get leaked. I mean, people who are doing coding, they're not like people who are social. You know what I mean? Like, if anybody, you know what I mean?
Go
ahead, Rory.
If he just said, you know, hey, now that everyone's okay with buying digital games, here's the family share feature. You know what I mean?
I mean, it doesn't sound like it's a drop the mic situation, but it really is. If all of a sudden you
I'm gonna tell you, the drop a mic digitally for me would be games $40.
Yeah, well, you could do that too. But I mean, the only reason I say that wouldn't happen is you got the Walmarts and the Targets of the world that won't let that go down.
Hey, have you guys noticed this real quick, right? Remember how many people bitched about the always online stuff in DRM, right?
Yeah.
And then now all of a sudden, I bet most of those people that were complaining were the people that are buying digital now, because like 50% are. And if you're buying digital, you can't trade that shit in for used or buy used anyway. You know what I'm saying? So basically, you bitched about something and then went ahead and did exactly what they wanted and just kind of bitched and prevented the rest of us from getting key features. Like the best part about Titanfall being an EA Access is I don't need the goddamn disc in there anymore to play it. You know what I mean? I could just
That's
click
what
on
I love
the game
about digital. I just
yeah,
love
but I like the fact like the original idea was you install it,
Well,
then you can collect the disc, but you don't need the disc. You know what I'm saying? So you were covered either way.
I mean, there's a reason that both consoles install the information first thing when you put a disc in, because they were both going to go that route.
Hey, shout out Tim Dog if you guys wondering where he's at. That bitch is at E3 shaking hands with Phil Spencer and Aaron Greenberg and Major Nelson, not getting bribed like NeoGaf would have you believe, but in fact just having a good time with good old-fashioned Xbox people. And you know what's even funnier is this is like the second year in a row I've seen this this kind of treatment. They they bought everybody, the Xbox people are like really friendly, buying people breakfast and just having a good time. And I have yet to see anybody post any kind of pictures with any fans, shaking Yoshida's hands or hey, you PC guys. Let's see
I
your
had to
pictures
stop
with
myself.
Dave.
I was gonna make a comment, man, but then they would have called me a racist.
No. You can get away with it.
No, I'm good.
But anyway, So I just think it's funny, man. All you guys that talk trash and all you YouTubers that talk trash and say Microsoft sucks, they're the ones that are listening and being nice and interacting with the fans, listening to the fans. If you're a PC dude, go get your picture with Gabe. Let's see him smiling and having a good time and buying you breakfast. Go get your picture with Yoshida and Andrew House. Do you ever see these guys like interacting with fans? Last year, Phil Spencer was down on the floor playing games with people, and there's pictures out there to prove it.
Oh,
you
man,
never see any of these.
You being filled with pictures in about 2 minutes.
Oh, dude, they're not gonna find any, man, because Yoshida doesn't care. He doesn't want to get.
I seen one picture with Yoshida in the crowd, man. I seen one picture. I think he was.
Yeah, nothing. Like being in a crowd is different than being like posing and shaking hands with individual people.
That is cool that he's doing that.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. And part of that is the culture difference. You know what I mean? Like, Yoshida obviously doesn't speak very good English, so it's like, what are you going to say? Hey, how about those Seahawks or whatever? And he's going to be like, oh, so me like a fried rice, So it's like it's a situation where you don't know what's going on with that company because of that situation. That's one of the things I like about Microsoft being an American company. They interact with not just Americans, but if you speak English, they can interact with you.
Yeah, you guys seen the movie Goodfellas, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I feel like Tim Dog is our Joe Pesci. He's getting to be a made man right now. I feel like Jimmy. You know what I mean? I'm back. I'm like, I'm rooting for my boy who's about to be made. He's hanging out with Phil and everybody. So that's what we got. We got one of our own on the inside, everybody. So that's what it's about.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Tim Dog.
Yeah, Tim's man. He's there, man. He's living the dream, dude.
Living the gamer's dream.
He is, man. That's great.
And hopefully we all there next year.
That's right.
Next year.
So what? Is my turn?
Yes,
yeah. Go.
All right. What I'm expecting. My shot in the dark. My shot in the dark is going to be
He got a shot in the dark last night.
You shot a shot from a darkie last night. You racist bastard.
Oh
no! Crap! Look at Warrior with the racism. My shot in the dark is going to be Shenmue 3.
Okay.
That's a gamble right there.
That's a gamble.
Shenmue 3.
We got us a gambler here.
Yeah, Shenmue 3. Another shot, in the dark is they were.
I see which one of us like to roll dice.
Of course, I'm gonna go. I'm still betting with the Konami deal. Something from Konami, whether it be Castlevania, Silent Hill. They got some type of, like I said, when there's smoke, there's fire, and you don't get a rumor that's coming out of nowhere, out of left field. So I say something from Konami. Of course, the Joe Montana NFL 2K, so they announced that they have their own football game with license. Of course, we got the Forza and the Fable and the Gears. Another thing, the rumor has it that the Gears of War, whether it be 1, 2, or 3, remastered, is supposed to come out August 25th. So look for the Gears remastered edition. I'm cool on the Star Wars stuff. I don't think I don't think Microsoft, even with Showstopper, I was thinking the studio that was doing Star Wars 1313, LucasArts, they got closed down. And I don't know who they would get to EA to develop to continue the development of Star Wars 13.
You know what the thing with 1313 is that they threw out the expanded universe now in the Star Wars world. Like none of those side stories are part of Star Wars anymore. And now that J.J. Abrams and Disney took over, it's only the old films and the Clone Wars TV show, and that's it. So that 13 side story has nothing to do with Star Wars anymore. So they had a canon.
Yeah.
So I don't know about any side stories now coming in for games. Who knows?
Yeah.
They want they're very hardcore about that shit too. Like Disney's got a plan just like with that Marvel stuff, so it's hard to really know.
And so far from Rare, of course, I'm expecting to see Battletoads. I'm not really big on platformers, but I'm quite sure we're gonna see some type of Banjo there. And
maybe to fill the need, right? Like a platform need on a console.
Because Sony has Ratchet & Clank coming out in next spring. So Banjo and a Perfect Dark sequel, a more darker Perfect Dark.
That would be sweet.
Can you imagine third person?
Yeah,
that was the rumor.
That was the rumor. I would love to see it in third person. I would love to see it in third person. Action game in third person, I would love it. Because to be honest with you, Microsoft doesn't really have any first player action type games. Also, so I'm looking to see Rise 2 announced there. It's no more shots in the dark. And basically that's about it. You know what I mean? And I could deal with Konami, Rise 2, deal with like Crap said, deal with Dead or Alive 4.
Yep.
And that's like I said, I'm cool on the Star Wars store, but my big surprise would be the Joe Montana with the NFL contract deal.
It has to have that.
Yeah. That's it. Those are. I'm not gonna get too outlandish because I don't have any proof to back it up. But Shimu been tweeting it all this week, so
do I get any backup with my Epic Games deal?
Oh yeah, Epic. I'm just hearing, I've been. We said that last year.
Yeah, we've been saying that for a while.
Yeah, but this is the year.
It is.
This is the year.
Yeah,
like the Last Guardian, right? This is the year.
Yeah. Oh well, hey, come on. This is only 2 years, not 8.
Right, it might be. Yeah, it's only been since 1976.
Yeah, I mean, come on, man. It's not 8 years. Yeah. So that's interesting. I think that I'm very excited because it sounds like none of us really know. You know what I mean? We're all just
we really don't.
We're guessing.
Yeah, it's funny. Like I'm very excited about this situation. Now Sony. They're kind of a guessing game too, maybe not as much, but it's hard to say because they don't have a Gamescom, you know what I mean? So it's not like Microsoft's situation where, they can push some of the big exclusives that we wanted to actually see some gameplay reveals from. Like I was hoping to see something on Scalebound, and now we got to wait, but at least now we got a second show that's going to do a really good job at doing that.
Yeah.
What's that? Gamescom, 2 weeks after E3? 3 a month?
It's 5 weeks. Yeah, it's 5 weeks.
Yeah, about a month and some change. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
So we get two game houses. We get E3 and a real big games coming again. So I'm really excited to be an Xbox fan.
So what about Sony? I guess we can start off with Worry again because he's the guy he's the optimist. He'll be like, Sony's got to have something.
I'll tell you what.
That was dog shit.
I tweeted something out today, like maybe a few hours ago, and I thought I was going to get a lot of hate for it, but here's what I hope. I hope that all this money being spent on marketing at E3 with pictures and posters and everything, right? If they got money to do that, then they better have spent some money on some surprises. Because you can't just put up posters and spend money on third-party DLC. When Microsoft did that with the 360, I hated it. I don't want third-party time content. I want content that's mine. So don't put up pictures and signs and shit everywhere and then not have anything of substance. So that's all I'm hoping doesn't happen. But I'm going into it not as optimistic because they told me 2 weeks ago that they're not going to have a lot of games.
Sparse. Sparse. We got sparse over here.
So I don't know. I really don't know this year. I can't make a prediction one way or the other. But I just hope that they're not spending money like, everybody hated it when 360 did that. You remember when they were just buying time content? People were saying,
yeah, that was last gen.
terrible.
They changed the fanboys change year to year. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I mean, I didn't like it then, and I don't want that to happen now. So.
Hey, let's be honest. We all like early in the 360's life that thing had the exclusives, and then it switched later on.
Yeah,
and now.
But Microsoft needed that to combat.
Yeah, exactly. And
right.
now, and then later on, the Sony fans were like, "Hey, all you guys get is a couple exclusives a year, timed content, blah blah." You know what I'm saying? And now it's like,
I'll tell you what will be strange. What will be really strange is for a PlayStation E3 conference to open with Call of Duty. That would be weird.
You know what? It looks like Call of Duty doesn't have a home this year. Like, I'm sure they're going to be on somebody's stage, but I don't think it's going to be timed content. I think they could be on. No, I think they could be on Sony's stage, but I don't think they're going to get like the month early content. I think it's going to be like a situation where, remember how Assassin's Creed was on Microsoft's stage, but that was because nobody else wanted them. It was like Microsoft went to them last minute, was like, "Hey, do you guys want to do your show?" Because Sony's thing was booked. It could just be a situation like that. You know what I mean? Microsoft didn't want to pay 50, 75 million for time content, so who knows? I'm excited to see what happens. If Microsoft doesn't have Call of Duty on their thing, hey, we're in for, I think, a really surprising show, because that usually took up like 10 minutes, 15 minutes or something.
Man. God, man.
And a whole lot of money. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, definitely.
To do that. So I just don't want to see, all that stuff again. And I just don't want to be disappointed, man. That's all.
Yeah, I hear you. Hey, look, I have a PS4 too, man, and this is what I think we're going to see. I think we're going to see, as far as surprises go, like, it's not even really a surprise because they tweeted it out and they're hinting at it, is Guerrilla Games doing that RPG,
right.
Horizon or whatever it is. But that's not going to be this year. I was hoping that they would come out with something this year. Maybe, I don't know. It seems like the Uncharted collection is going to be their big game. They announced that Tearaway's coming out. It's like a $40 kind of budget title. I guess No Man's Sky. They're going to show off those things. Obviously, they're obviously going to probably have a Gran Turismo to show off, but again, that's going to be next year. They're going to show off Street Fighter V.
Hey, No Man's Sky. That's not exclusive, or it is exclusive?
No, well, it's a timed exclusive, but it's going to launch, I think, on PC and PS4 first.
Okay.
So yeah, like
it's kind of Xbox, like probably like 3 to 4, probably 6 months.
Yeah, sort of like how what the hell, Elite Dangerous is going to be on Xbox One first. And eventually, I guess it'll be on PS4. But
that's if anybody from Xbox really want that game when it comes.
Well, I heard some people were pretty excited about it. I don't know. It was like,
we'll see. No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky.
I mean, I'm excited for it.
You know what? I was really excited for it until I found. I was like, is there a story to it? Do you just?
Yeah, you know what it is. It's really not good. Like it's the kind of game where you just you just go to a world and you just do your thing and explore. It's not for everyone.
Well, here's the thing. The thing about that game that just I'm gonna try and say it.
Like I said on my show, you go from planet to planet.
The slogan of 2015, it is what it is. Fine, it applies here. And Rory, you know what? I agree with you. I agree with you, and it's good for what it is. But to the people listening to the show, that get home, got kids, got a family, and you actually get a couple of hours at night to sit down. I don't want to go planet to planet and search the planet. I don't got that kind of time, man.
I want to travel from one galaxy to another.
We're going to show you, this game is going to show you what it means to scour the Earth.
That's like
the least enjoyable part of Mass Effect, when you were for minerals and shit like I have no interest in that game whatsoever.
Hey, Booch, so what do you want? You want to play AAA, or you want to play the swapper, right? I mean, come on, we've kind of already covered that, right? I mean,
did you just say you want to swap with Mooch? What?
No. The swapper.
What's happening?
No.
What's happening?
No, but anyway, yeah. So hey, we can't forget that they're going to show a lot of Project Morpheus as well. So I mean,
they're gonna show
Morpheus.
I hope they got a lot of nice games with it, though, man. I really do.
Well, you know what? It's probably not going to have much because
they got at least show at least about four of them puppies, man.
Yeah, but
For real.
how are we? How's that going to translate to the people at home that are watching that? You know what I mean? Like it's going to suck, right? Because we can't.
If they
we
spending
can't
30
experience
minutes
it.
on it, you're gonna have to have at least. You're gonna have to show at least 3 games.
Yeah, they're going to show games, but
Are you saying that Wonderbook didn't translate to you well when you were
oh
watching?
my gosh, that was the
Yeah, we
worst
kicked
thing
Mooch.
ever. Like 20
We
freaking.
had to get rid of that Mooch guy. Everybody.
Yeah, Mooch was being too compelling, and so I can't.
He was
have
arguing
that.
behind the scenes too before the show. We were told not to talk about Persona 5.
Oh, you mean
Gundam
the game,
style.
You mean the game that is like in all the big sites top 10 lists for E3
Yeah.
and
You
even
know what?
lists that leave out Halo and Tomb Raider. Those games don't even exist to most people.
This is. I expect. I just think Sony gonna be more geared towards their gamers more towards
Single player experiences.
yeah. So I expect to see stuff like Star Ocean, God of War.
The
Everybody's
hell
gonna
Star
rap.
Ocean.
Yeah, it's a JRPG, man. You don't know. Yeah.
Oh man, I don't.
I'm just gonna leave. I'm gonna leave that alone, man. I'm gonna leave it alone. You're dealing with a novice.
I don't even know what that shit is.
But I expect to see that. I expect to see, what I'm saying, just stuff that's more geared towards their fan base.
Play towards your audience. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That Gundam style.
Gundam style. Persona gonna be there, gonna make an appearance, a big appearance. God of War gonna make a big appearance. Fine, yeah, gonna make a big appearance. So, we might even see the dog. You know what I'm saying? We might bring the mud out.
Ratbird.
The Last Guardian, the big old mud.
Oh man.
Never
Falcor. Bring out Falcor from Never Ending Story.
If they don't bring that piece of shit unicorn game out, then hopefully people will finally stop talking about it. Because that game does not deserve to be in top 10 lists for anticipated games at E3 at this point. Like it's not. Because I can tell you this right now. You know what has a better chance at being E3 this year? Scalebound, Crackdown, and Quantum Break has a better chance at being at E3 this year than The Last Guardian.
Don't say that.
Don't say that.
Phil Spencer said it was Gamescom. Stop it.
Exactly. That's the point.
No, I'm just saying, don't say that crap and be fucking.
You lying crap.
And they show that motherfucker.
I'll tell you what.
Yeah, they're gonna show that dog, man.
They ain't gonna.
Based on what I've been seeing on Twitter and all
that magic carpet.
They're gonna really, really push No Man's Sky as sort of like.
Yeah, they're going.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's their big holiday game.
Yeah, they're gonna push that big time.
No Man's Sky is really gonna get a lot of
tear away
proper,
No Man's Sky, man.
Proper stage. Now I see why they went with Sony. It made sense. Why they chose that platform to release on first.
So who else was going to give them a push like a big game? That's going to be like what, a $20 game, and it's it's going to be a situation where they're going to get treated like it's some big game, and it's just not.
Yeah, it's going to be a AAA exclusive for them.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be a faux AAA exclusive.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, that's
a quadruple A exclusive.
Planet to planet.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think, Next Gen? What do you think Sony's got for us?
Sony's got for us. They got
Yoshida in too big of a suit again.
Yeah, with them he gonna unbox the Project more. What it's called, Project Eyes or Looking Eyes now, or some shit like that, or Nasty Eyes or Short Eyes.
No, the PlayStation Eyes with the Move 2.
Short Eyes.
You guys didn't buy the Move 1, but we got the Move 2.
Yeah, okay. And he gonna say this was gonna happen. Fucking blah blah. I told you guys since I've been doing YouTube, I know some people behind the scenes, right? This is gonna happen blow for Sony. Yoshida's gonna come out with that blue big suit with them brown leather gloves, and he's gonna unbox.
With the what?
Unboxing of Project Morpheus, aka Short Eyes, or Slanted Eyes, or some shit like that.
Oh my gosh, dude!
Yeah, they're gonna unbox that shit right there. Googly Eyes.
Googly Eyes, yeah.
Googly Eyes. They changed the name. Morpheus was a cool name, man.
Yeah, they should.
I don't know what the heck they changed. Why they changed it to something eyes?
Steel Eyes or something.
Saint Eyes.
No, isn't it the PlayStation Eyes?
Remember that beer?
Yeah.
Saint Eyes.
But anyway, they're gonna do that. They're gonna spend. They might open their show with that. Probably most likely.
They're also gonna have that damn Destiny DLC.
Yeah, that too, but they're gonna probably open a show with with Project Slanted Eyes. He gonna unbox it with the crown with the gloves. Yeah, that shit sounds so racist. Jesus, forgive me.
Yeah, the mittens, bro.
Yeah,
He gonna have the mittens on.
Yeah, he gonna have it with the thumb out.
four fingers together with just the thumb out.
No, he gonna do the unboxing with the Rocky Balboa with the fingers cut out gloves on. He gonna do the unboxing with the gloves on. They gonna open the show with that. They gonna spend about 20 minutes on that. 25 minutes on that. Because they have to show. Listen, they have to show. We're not bullshit because it comes out before June of next year, so they have to show it. They have to start marketing this damn thing. All right, they're gonna throw rocks. So they got to show it on a big stage. Try to
what about Powers too? I mean, are we gonna hear something about?
We're not gonna get Powers. So check it out. I'm about to break it down for you.
Okay.
All right. So we got that. We got that out of the way. Then Destiny's gonna take the stage.
Oh God!
They're gonna show the DLC for a game that's been out for a year, damn near, which I think is fucking disgusting. They're gonna do that for about 5-10 minutes. Okay, then that's gonna go away. And then listen, they're gonna probably show some CGI of the last Never Ending Story. They're gonna have to because
Never Ending Story.
I'm just saying they're gonna most likely show some CGI of some shit that's never gonna probably come.
Close your eyes.
Yeah, that's never gonna probably see the light of day. But they're gonna do that just to see
that little boy grabbing that fur.
Yeah, make that motherfucker. What? You know what I mean? Man,
what?
The little boy grabbing some pubic hair. What the fuck are you talking
about? I bet. Wouldn't it be funny if they announced it finally? The PlayStation Plus version of Drive.
I heard what you said about my coat. Said it looked like your mama pubic hairs.
They're gonna show the little boy up there with petting the cocker spaniel. Some shit that's probably never going to see the light of day, okay?
That dog gonna say that, man. He gonna say that in that daggone CGI.
They're gonna show Kratos with some swords, some CGI. That's just to win them the show. That's just to win them the show.
Yeah, but I don't think you could do that anymore, man.
What? We talking about Sony, motherfucker. What the fuck are you talking about?
It's 2015, though, man.
I mean, what the fuck that supposed to mean? You husky bastard. What the fuck that supposed to mean? So we've been doing that same dog and pony show since 2000, bro. You know goddamn ducks in the tub?
But no. Did you guys I have a feeling that they're gonna show. They're gonna finally announce Drive Club PSN Plus version there, right? So 2 years later, that's gonna be their competition.
Big too. It probably would get a fucking.
It would get a standing ovation. That's gonna be their thing that they're gonna be putting against Forza Motorsport 6. They're gonna be like, and finally we have and they're gonna give you the full game for now instead of the 13.
For PlayStation Plus, right?
Yeah, they're gonna give you
be free.
Yep, and people are gonna be like,
it does though. That's what they do.
That's what they do. I can promise you. That's my big thing that they're gonna do. It's gonna be free now for all PlayStation Plus subscribers, and people are gonna be like, oh my god,
they gave us the whole game. We just had to be patient. They gave us not just a trial. They gave us the whole game.
It's worse than that though, Z. And I think you guys may have already touched on this when my connection just got lost for some reason. But literally, they're gonna do CGIs, fake promises. Bullshit, and people are just gonna be like, "That's amazing! I love that shit, man."
Slow clap.
I'm gonna be that guy. You know what? If we ever go next year, Z, let's try and sneak our asses into that if they'll ever let us. I can see you.
They gonna give us a screeching halt at the door.
They have all our pictures there.
They're gonna have a most wanted posters on there. You know what I'm saying? You see any of these bots? Kick them out.
They hustle, they got money. They come to E3 this year. They gonna stop it. It's you, the inventor of the clickers, and you, the pony. And you.
Can you
see any of these bots? Kick them out of here.
Can you imagine Next Gen trying to sneak in there or cut his hair?
Oh man, he ain't gonna be able to get through the door.
I'm gonna have a suede toupee on with a goatee.
He gonna have that. He gonna have that little My Little Pony doll with him, with the Stevie Wonder shades trying to sneak in there.
That bitch like, ooh yeah.
Please understand, American consumer. You buy our product.
You buy it. You buy it.
Hey, worry. You showed me something really funny today on YouTube.
What was it?
It was about the
it was
console
horrible.
wars.
You know,
Yeah.
here's the thing, though. Like, you make fun. Like, he was just making fun of me. Like, it's all a joke. But I watched this video, and I'm like, people are like, oh, this is so funny. And I thought, these are the same people that get upset when they hear people say stuff and call them names. But this video is funny. Did you watch it?
No, I didn't get to watch which
It was
video.
hilarious.
It was like so borderline offensive. And
It's like this console war thing, right? Like.
Oh yeah, I seen that video.
They got the American guys like on a pirate ship. They're like, yeah, what's up, bro? Let's go do this, bro. And then the people in the Japanese boat are like, doing the same shit that you were just doing and talking like, making fun of it. And I'm like, how is this not offensive to people?
Yeah.
But then they get so sensitive over everything else. Like,
yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean that's just how it is, I guess.
Hey, it's no rules in humor, bro. That's why I take that route.
That's right.
As long as the comedy, as long as it's funny, you know what I'm saying? It's comedians can stand up and talk about anything.
Hey, listen, we was hitting below the belt tonight, though. Slanted Eyes, Project Slanted Eyes. We're gonna get some flack for this one. I can hear that. We ain't never gonna. We can all kiss that media pass goodbye, man. We went out. Y'all
They're racist. That's how we gonna hear it. This whole group is racist.
Now, go next gen. Y'all be talking about Project Slanted Eyes. Yeah, but no. But
what you say, Worry?
As long as next gen says that he can get away with it.
Yeah, because
next gen, and Showstopper can get away with saying whatever they want.
But see, problem with you, crap. You live in the wrong part of it. You deep down south. You got work a little bit. So this shit comes from a racist spot. You was growing up racist on the plantation, motherfucker. So you really feel like that subconsciously. That shit just comes out. Like, hey, I never forget this shit. I did it again.
I was born in Baltimore, man.
But you was raised down that motherfucker though. In Baltimore. Look at motherfucker. Was the cops in that black motherfucker in Baltimore? Stop.
No, man, I would have been right there, man. I would have been flipping over shit, dude.
Yeah, but no, listen, crab hit. Yo, listen, right after the fried chicken or the collard greens, just the crab. He was like, next gen, I did it again. What you did? What are you talking about? I remember that. Oh my God, crab.
The comments, he was like, man, this is crazy.
Crab can't help his motherfucking self, Yo, we got some stories, man. This is the one that we should have a fucking show. Just talk about
just talk about everything, man. Yeah, that's classic.
He was like, next gen, disappointed, but I did it again. Throw the towel. Throw the goddamn towel.
Hey, next gen. Yo, he was like curled up in the corner. I just want to be compelling.
That wasn't my fault. I know racist. Me on Christmas, man.
I know racist. No racist.
Man, that's crazy.
I'm gonna crap and lost his goddamn mind, man. Fried chicken and collard greens. I said, God damn, crap.
By the way, real quick, in case people don't know that, Crap is starting a Kickstarter. He's trying to raise enough money to get a banjo and a rocking chair.
Yeah,
that's true.
And the DLC will be the spoons.
Walla walla bang bang.
Fuck you guys, man.
Playing them dang old spoons, baby. Like, that boy cold with them spoons.
It's trying to tell everybody she got a black wife. Everything went over well. It just came out and been truthful. Told me that your wife is black. All of this and I said, God damn, you did what again, crap? I see the break. I see the collard fried chicken. Crap crazy as hell.
Yeah. Well, I was getting bugged quite a bit on Christmas. So.
He sure was.
Hey, but change it deflected quite quickly because just because for whatever reason. Hey, Mooch.
I was with my family.
Yeah, what you got?
Mooch, what do you think Sony's going to show at E3?
Well, I'll tell you, man. You ready? Well, it's more of like a slideshow. It's going to be a slideshow.
Yeah, go Mooch.
You're going to get a little God of War 4 picture. And you're going to get then Boogie 1675 Subway is going to come out. And he's going to do some sort of little show about, like, No Man's Sky. And then you're going to have the little dude from Asia pop out. What's that?
Is he there?
Of course he's there.
Sure he is.
Of course he's there. He's got a Sony tattoo on his forehead. Then you got the little guy from Capcom's gonna come out and jump around and talk about. He is. Listen, man. You are going to see. I'm actually a little bit more excited as far as entertainment to watch Sony, because you are gonna watch people sweat on stage. These guys got no games. They got nothing. If they're just gonna show you a picture and be like, "It's coming." You know, like, and everyone's like, yeah. Somebody get on someone's hip hop gamer's shoulder.
So it ain't gonna have no trailer, nothing. This is gonna be a black backdrop with just some words.
Right? Yoshida was in that chair with that suit that didn't fit, and he was playing a game like, and it was nothing on it, man. Like, they got nothing. They have absolutely nothing. But what kills me is the Microsoft presentation. They never show the audience. They never show the audience. For the Sony one, the minute someone says something, there's got to be a big applause shit that we can't see on TV, and it's just people in the audience like, yo, I want that poster.
Hey, don't forget, you got to get like Hip Hop Gamer with his little belt.
He got
little
championship belt. Clicking, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, he's gonna have a little Asian dude on his shoulders with 2 Maxes. Yeah, we love you in America. I hate to say it, but I don't even know. I don't even have. This is a pathetic thing. I don't have anything that you guys have said that may come out. I think there's gonna be some sort of CGI for Last Guardian. I'll give them that for their Megaton, if you want to call it that. And then there's going to be a huge section for Street Fighter V. Yeah. And now I think you're going to see they're going to be in. This is the sad part. They are in damage control for Project Morpheus before it's even announced, because the merger that Xbox did with Oculus. Like I said on Friday's show, it's already married 66% of the client, your actual customers. You've got your PC and Xbox guys now that are going to be playing all these third-party games that are going to be going that way. This is only sole source, guys. This is not, like, no one's even talking about this. Project Morpheus is not going to work with an Insomniac game unless Insomniac signs on to make a game just for Morpheus. But why would they do that?
It has to be built from the ground up.
Right. Yeah, so my point is they're already in damage control. So they have to show some. Now, okay, we knew that they were going to show. The rumor was going to be there to show 30 minutes. Fine. Now they have to show 30 minutes. They're probably reworking something now to actually show the customer what's going on. Because the one thing that they can do is show them actual gameplay, where Oculus and Xbox are still like, well, we've shown you on the floor, but we haven't shown you really to the public yet. But this is their chance to do that. But the negative to that is they're going to be PS2 and PS3 graphics. You know, they're not going to wow you with anything better. I mean, what's that one game show where you're playing right now? It's Lifeless Planet. Yeah. I don't even think they're going to be able to put something that simplistic on the goggle. And I mean, if they're going to
goggle, damn,
right? You know what I'm saying? You're on the goggle, because I mean, you got to put this. You got to put this fucking, you know what I'm saying, BioShock helmet on to play. And I mean, so you're going to have, I just hope to God they have some. Remember when Microsoft did HoloLens? They had that person come out with the visor on and do the little thing. Regardless, I want them to please. I can't wait. It's going to be a part where my stomach's going to hurt from laughing. I want to see the dude on stage looking like Johnny Five from Short Circuit. I can't wait to see that dude. You know what I mean? That Steve Gutenberg motherfucker up there.
How do they stop people? Like, how do they stop people from like falling over and running into shit if they're on
stage? That's what I'm saying. I can't
wait to see
this crap. It's gonna be hysterical. So I mean, comic aside and all that bullshit aside, I don't know what they're gonna show. I mean, you guys. I mean, Worry even, and Worry. I'm not classifying you as a Sony guy at all, but I'm saying you're the guy who's open-minded.
He's the Sony guy.
He's open-minded. He's got glasses half full, and even Worry's ideas were kind of like, we're all kind of taking shots in the dark. I mean, what is it they're going to have out there? They don't have any money. I get a real kick out of Twitter, man. Watch Twitter. Look at what people say. It's really hysterical. They're like, well, this new Platinum Games IP is coming out, and because they made one for Microsoft, this one has to be for Sony.
Yeah, too bad it's Transformers.
Platinum Games ain't your aunt. They don't have to do shit unless you pay for it. You know what I mean? Like, Microsoft pays for that shit, man. You know what I mean? Like, they don't. You know what I'm talking about? See, you see them. They're like, well, this one has to be an exclusive for Sony. Yeah. No, it don't. Right? Yeah. What is that money? They don't got nothing there, man. So, like, I don't see them being able to lock anything down exclusive with another company. We all know that Street Fighter V is being piecemeal together, and realistically, we saw a couple screenshots. It really just looks like Street Fighter 4 with some new paint. It don't look like M. Bison still looks like the dude I had on SNES. Like,
last time I played that shit was Genesis, dude. And like, to me, that's not. There's only 2 franchises fighting that I give a shit about: Mortal Kombat and Killer Instinct, man. The rest
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I don't really give a shit about the rest.
But, you know, other than that, I mean, I'm going to lay low for a minute, but I just think that, like, I don't know what they could possibly bring to the table. They should be bringing the games you guys all said. You know, they should be bringing back that Parappa the Rapper or whatever the hell that shit was.
Siphon Filter, Jack and Dexter.
But you guys know, and let me say this. This is something I haven't been able to say on the air yet, but Ratchet and Clank, the remake, listen, I'm no bashing it. If you're a fan of games like, and I enjoyed Ori, okay, but you got PlayStation fans standing on their chair, swiveling on their PC chair, like everybody's just jumping up and down. That didn't look that good, first of all, and second of all, I mean, the majority of that clip everybody saw was just the movie. It was the movie. Go slow frame through that shit they showed. They showed the guy actually, the character running around that robot shooting. That was legit. But, I mean, that doesn't look any better than Wolfenstein when you were fighting those big creatures and shit like that. It didn't look that big of a deal. And then the rest of the really cool CGI shit you saw was CGI, not the game. So,
plus that it's a $40 game. I mean, it's not even a full-price game. So
right, so you know what you're getting there, right, crap? The minute you discount something, you're not getting something.
When Sony gave you a discount, you know this game is going to be, I heard it's supposed to only be 10 hours or 8 hours.
It's like they say it's going to be like 8 or 10 hours or whatever. Just like the last one, Into the Nexus, was like a $40 game or whatever, a $30 game. You know, so that's not like, you know, so it's a AA. You know what I mean? And that, I mean, it is what it is. Like, if there's nothing else out next spring, I'll probably pick it up.
Well, this is what Sony does. They give them the nice 1-2 punch. They're gonna come with Street Fighter, and then that. And then there's going to be a long layoff. And give
Uncharted 4. Yeah, they'll close with Uncharted 4 gameplay. They're going to give you a
3-piece. And in baseball, they'll give you a 4-piece. They'll give you a 4-piece combo. They're going to do Street Fighter. They're going to do what are we talking about? The game.
Uncharted 4.
The game with the movie we're just talking about. The little.
Ratchet and Clank.
They're going to do Street Fighter, Ratchet and Clank, Uncharted, baseball, Street Fighter. You know, they're going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're going to run those off. They're going to run those off into sessions, and then it's going to be dry for the again.
Showstopper nailed it in his video then today, because the only thing Sony fans got to look forward to is the shit they already know that's coming. We're sitting here thinking, what will Xbox do? We're all kind of stumped. You know what I mean? We're all like, how the fuck?
But just think about who has a better year next year. Just think about it. Just going about what we know. We know.
Good point, Z.
Hey, just going about what we know. Sony's going to give us next year Ratchet and Clank, the Uncharted 4, which is going to be huge for them.
Street Fighter 5.
Street Fighter 5. MLB The Show.
God of
16. What God of War?
Well, we don't know that.
They might do a God of War next year. I don't know.
No, that's not going to be 2017.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think probably 17 would be.
All right. So we can't get beside ourselves. So we got Street Fighter 5, Ratchet and Clank, Uncharted 4. What else?
I think they're going to release that Horizon RPG next year too.
They haven't showed it yet. They got it.
I know, but this is the thing. It's
Horizon.
It's Horizon. It's called. It's by Guerrilla Games. And they're actually it's been in development for a couple of years.
But if they show it this year, crap, we're not going to get that game until 2000.
Well, I'm just saying. I would bet that it's going to be one of their games for next year.
You got to realize Sony laid off a lot of people too. And they short staffed, like I said, they show up.
Hey, they do. I mean, they do show shit and give people early. Hey, this is gonna. I mean, look, how many people bought a PS4 and thought that Uncharted was coming
this year? But listen, we have 5 known exclusives, or 4? Is it 4?
I think it's like 4. I think 4.
Okay. Or 5. And now what we got from Microsoft? We got Crackdown. We got Scalebound.
Gears 4. Forza Horizon.
We got
Forza Horizon 3.
Killer Instinct Season 4, Joe Montana NFL 2K17.
Yeah.
You see how that works? And whatever else we don't know about. Next year. And whatever else we don't know about. So who do you think?
Well, we know Forza Horizon 3 is going to come out for sure.
We know Forza Horizon. We know Gears 4 is coming. Gears 4, Forza Horizon 3, Quantum Break. Scalebound and Crackdown. You know that.
Oh, what the hell is that other game? Phantom Dust? Yeah, that
Phantom
game will
Dust,
probably be next year too.
Yeah.
Next year. But and whatever else we don't know about. So who do you think is going to have the better 2016? We got to be non-biased. We got to be non-biased here. Who do you think has the bigger titles?
And did we even say Quantum Break?
Yeah, we said Quantum Break. I said Quantum
my
Break.
bad.
Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna say Microsoft because they're gonna have Gears 4, which is the biggest, which is the bigger game.
Here's a better lineup then. What's bigger, Gears 4 or Uncharted 4?
Oh, I think Gears as a franchise has sold more than Uncharted. So.
Let's talk about it now.
That's rough.
Well, we got to talk about it because everybody knows what me, Crap, would say. Okay, but I was listening to, and as I was doing it, man, I had to drink heavily, but I was listening to Colin and Greg. And
you like to torture yourself.
I do. Well, you can't listen. The one thing about me that you guys need to know is that you guys know where I draw the line and stand, but you got to know what the enemy's thinking at all times. And these guys, man, I'm telling you, they were talking about Uncharted, the series, not any particular game. The series is a masterpiece. This shit is a 10 out of 10, no matter what it is. They already said that Uncharted 4, they said this, and Uncharted 4 already has that 10 out of 10 ready to come to them because they've got the tradition, the story, the build up, the whole night. They went through they did an hour show on this a while ago. And to be honest with you, I'm with Crap that Gears 4, and Gears 4, not because, let's forget about it if you want to go story to story, because that's just speculation and a matter of opinion. But let's talk about hype factor. We saw a glimpse of 4, okay? And when you show something, you show your best foot forward always. They showed us a fight scene that showed now that he can slide and he can get stuck in midair. But besides that, like, literally they didn't show us anything else that was different really from Uncharted 3 except for maybe slightly better.
Yeah, they ripped off the Laura Croft thing with the pickaxe.
But Gears 4 is a complete and utter mystery. Why is it a mystery? New complete dev team. A dev team that's built from the ground up of only people that gave a shit about this game, and they said they want to take it back to its darker core roots and really build off that.
But you know what else too? I'm not listening, audience, Sony fans. I'm being non-biased here. Sony is using this. Well, not Sony, but Naughty Dog is using the same engine from.
Yeah, that's big.
From The Last of Us and the previous Uncharted series.
Yeah, it's the Uncharted engine, yeah.
They're using the same engine, not a new engine, not a next generation engine, the same engine. So I think graphically, Gears is going to look better graphically.
Yes.
When I first saw the demo, to me it's more of like an evolution rather than a revolution. I think
that was a good quote.
I think people were expecting it to be like a revolution from Uncharted 3. Yeah. It's more of an evolution.
Yes.
It's not that giant leap.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Doesn't look bad at all.
Exactly. The same way you enjoyed 3 from 2, you'll enjoy 4 from 3. It's like you say, it's continuing the evolution of the story, and I agree with you. And I'll tell you right now, the Mooch is looking forward to something. I'm looking forward to the Naughty Dog bundle. I can't wait to get my free Last of Us remastered. I'm going to get my Nathan Drake collection with no multiplayer, and then I'm going to go ahead and get my Uncharted in my PS4 kit. So at least I'm going to walk out with $350 and 4 games. 3 of them were from the 1990s. I'm going to walk out with that shit. I'm very excited, man. And my free Rezo gun. I'm going home playing all night.
When you get Rezo gun, though, you can get it on PS3 and Vita, so there you go.
What Vita?
What Vita?
Well, that's the legacy.
Vita is no more.
The legacy console, the legacy console.
Yeah, that is completely imaginary console. Yeah, so yeah, I think that's freaking hilarious.
What question? Do we even have to do Nintendo?
Yeah, Mooch. No, that was.
Guess I'll be the only one that does it. I'll be.
Mooch. Yeah, because what the fuck?
No, that was Worry.
What the fuck?
Go ahead, Worry.
Actually, yeah. I mean, yeah. Worry. Go ahead. What do you think Nintendo's going to show off?
Well, there's been a rumor of Metroid being announced by Retro Studio.
That's cool.
Retro Studios is going to be there.
That would be huge. I mean, let's be real. I mean, a first-person Metroid games. Those Metroid games on the Wii, Metroid Prime, the trilogy. Those games are really good.
Yeah, I actually they had them on the Wii U for $10, and I bought them. Yeah, they're definitely.
I think that would be big. I think they're going to show Zelda again, but I think Zelda's going to be like the other one. It's going to be on the Wii U and their new console.
Yeah, whatever the
But that's
NX
what I'm
is.
saying. It's even they're pushing Zelda back, so
Yeah.
actually, like, you know what I mean.
It's
been,
going to launch on the new system.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I don't see Nintendo honestly bringing out maybe a Metroid or anything big.
Well, the Metroid has probably been in the works for years, so I could see them bringing that
Zelda's
out.
been in work for a while, but they're pushing that back to the launch with their new system. You know, we can bet our bottom dollar on that.
But we know Retro Studios is confirmed to be there, though, so I think.
I mean, they can be there, but shit, I just don't see them anything big on that console, knowing that their next console was around the corner, just so they won't have the dry spots for software. You remember they said developing HD games took so long and all that stuff, so they can come out of the door with their big hitters, Zelda, Metroid, bang, 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 bang. You know what I mean?
They had their world championship today. That was pretty.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I don't see them coming up with nothing bigger than a game like Splatoon. I look for games like, was it Devil's Third or something? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I don't know. I could be wrong. I'm not a Nintendo guy. I'm just saying it makes common sense to me. If
they're gonna show the new Star Fox game. I'm kind of
I was just gonna say.
Yeah.
Okay, Star Fox.
Splatoon did pretty well, believe it or not.
Yeah, Splatoon, and it's a fun game. The only problem is that it lacks modes and some customization options and the voice chat.
There's like 5 maps or something.
Yeah.
Splatoon is the perfect example of what's wrong with Nintendo.
Yeah.
The game is great. It's fun graphically. It's fun,
It's awesome.
It's missing so much that's just common.
I heard it's like 5 maps, only like 5 maps or something.
Right.
Yeah, and you can't communicate. You can't have a lobby with your friends or anything. So it's like really kind of, it's like it's that.
Oh, so you guys went out and bought it? You guys went out and bought it? Jesus.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? It's their first new IP in 10 years or something like that.
You know what? But see, I mean, personally, if I had a Wii U, I couldn't even. It's the same if I wasn't, how I feel about Nintendo. I couldn't go out and support it. The fact that it doesn't have voice chat. To me, it sends Nintendo the wrong message. Like, hey, fuck it, just stick that Wii more by ass. We're gonna support this shit anyway.
That's what I'm saying. Like for even no matter if they could come out with a console that's a billion times more powerful than anything known, and if they don't change their thinking, it's not going to sell well because people are going to want to go online with a reliable network with voice chat, with achievements or trophies, or they've got to get with the times. You know what I'm saying? You can't just hold people's hands the entire time. And I like what Nintendo does. I like them in the business. So I hope that they actually listen and pay attention, because imagine if they paid attention and listened and listened to feedback the way Microsoft has. They would have themselves something really good going. But instead, they just kind of dick around, and they live off their old glory and things like that. And
they're kicking it out wide.
They're kicking it out wide.
Kicking it out wide.
That's great.
That was what I was saying last week. What the fuck is kicking it out wide?
That's what that Gamergate girl does. She kicked it out wide or whatever.
Kicks it out wide.
Yeah. So anyway, like I'm, like their shows are okay. They're gonna what is that? They're gonna show that
a pre-tape show.
Yeah, even though Miyamoto and everybody's at E3, so I don't know why they don't do a regular stage show. To be honest with you,
they don't have enough content. How are you gonna?
They're only there because of that Nintendo Championship thing.
Oh, they said, hey, they did announce that they're gonna announce more partnerships for Wii U and 3DS this year.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, but it's gonna be people with handheld. But they don't have enough content to do a 90-minute show. You have no third-party support on your Wii U.
Yeah.
None.
Well, they could have Reggie out there, being Reggie.
You know what was horrible? I forgot what E3 was that when Nintendo, Miyamoto, all out there playing. They was playing fucking flutes and stuff on stage. That was horrible.
Yeah.
With the Wii remote, they just shimmying around like Nintendo doesn't. I don't miss them doing the big stage. I'm looking at myself like, what the fuck is that?
I miss them taking the stage just because it's more fun.
Yeah.
Come on, that was my dad was like, Daddy, what they doing? What they doing? I said, they playing the flute.
Shimmying.
They was out there shimmying.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. Everybody that's out there, dudes don't shimmy.
Yeah, hey, that shit.
Not shimmy. You know what I'm saying? That is out of order.
What was they were playing? Wii U band or some shit?
It was like the orchestra, whatever.
Yeah, one had the tambourine and saxophone.
Hey, let me throw this out here. What do you think about a Wii U price drop at E3 announced? Because
I mean, can they? I guess
they got that thing $300, man. You can get.
I don't think it's the money that's hurting people, crap. I think it's just the content, like you said, the online, the lack of online.
Nobody wants that. Nobody. There are no games.
Yeah, but check this out though. Like people buy these things like when they drop. Like people bought the PS3 was the secondary console. Like everybody bought one. I mean, more people bought it.
Had third-party support.
Yeah, it did. But I'm just saying, look, let's say they drop this thing to $199, right? I think a lot of people would buy it just because it does have some really good games on it. You know what I mean?
It will sell $199. It'll sell like hotcakes.
That's what I'm saying. Why don't they do that if they're, since they're hedging their bets anyway?
Yeah,
I mean, hopefully, they would do that just to get, save some kind of face. Because when you have this, it's going to be 3 years this year, and they're not even at 10 million consoles sold. Come on.
More than 3 years.
If they drop it to $199,
the console came out in 2012. This would be
include Mario. I'm sorry, I say it weird according to crap.
Mario.
It's Mario.
You're gonna make fun of Mario. Now go ahead.
Mario. It's Mario.
Roy tongue is on steroids, man. Mario.
So if they included that in say Bayonetta 2.
Yeah, there you go.
That would be huge.
I don't see. Yeah, well.
That was a damn good game. That was a damn good game.
Did you hear the rumor that they're supposed to be remaking Zombie U for the PS4 and the Xbox One?
Yeah,
I saw that, but I don't see how they could do that because the story was tight. You know what I'm saying? It's like they would have had to rework the story. They would have to do a lot.
The PS4 got that little fancy controller, I guess. And it can be done. Where there's a will, there's a way. Like you don't really need to look down.
Yeah, but I mean, why? I mean, do we really want to play launch Wii U games on our new console?
I don't know. I don't want it at all. I'm just saying.
They got to recoup that money though, man. That's the thing.
Even I think I saw like 800,000, 900,000 on the Wii U. That was a 360 game, believe it or not, and they took it from the 360 and.
It wasn't that bad of a game either.
It wasn't. It was fun,
really
because it is because once you die, you change. You wake up as a new character.
Right.
So, I mean, that was a cool thing, and it was kind of like a real survival horror if you like that kind of thing. Like, it was really good. At least I liked it. I thought it was a little bit better than average. I mean, it wasn't perfect, but, I thought it deserved a little bit better than it ended up getting. Of course, like, Nintendo fans don't support third parties, but, it's an interesting, game. It's just like that, I don't know if you guys remember on the Wii, you guys probably, I don't even know who here had a Wii, but there was a Dead Space game on the Wii. It was a
rail shooter though.
It was a rail shooter, but it was phenomenal.
Yeah.
It was damn good. It was like Dead Space Extraction.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was called. Yeah, it was phenomenal. Like people like.
I think you can play it on the iPad now.
I think they might have ported it to the PS3 with a Move controller too.
They did.
Nobody bought it because nobody had a fucking Move controller. So now you guys get to buy the Move too. I have one too.
Mm-hmm.
And I bought Sorcery. I was like, hey, that looks cool.
No,
when they showed it off at E3.
SOCOM. That SOCOM one. That's when
I had that shit too. SOCOM 4. But that game was dog shit.
There's a game that might come back. What do you think?
No, they're still studio down. I wish if SOCOM could go back to being the old SOCOM.
They closed Zipper Interactive.
But I'm just saying, I don't know how that game turned out to be so bad because. This SOCOM for the PS2 was awesome.
Oh man!
Well, once Sony bought that company, then they started making shit. They did SOCOM 2 and it was brilliant, right? And then then they bought them, and then SOCOM the third one came out and it wasn't very good. And then they did that terrible Mag game, remember?
Yeah.
Massive. Let's make a game called Massive Action Game, and we'll just shorten it to Mag, and it'll be online only, and then we'll shut the servers off a year later.
Hey, do you remember in SOCOM on the PS2? Remember when you could put the headset on and issue commands with your voice?
Yep.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
That's why I said I don't know how that game turned out to be so bad because SOCOM, arguably, you can not saying as big as Halo. Halo 2 sold more, but that was a decent game though. That you can say it was better than Ghost Recon or.
SOCOM was a better tactical shooter than most of the tactical.
Yes, I'm gonna say I don't understand how that game went from being so great on the PS2 to being utter dog shit. Like
I don't know what's happened.
Yeah, that would be listen. That's the Sony of the old. I would love to see an old school SOCOM come back. Like that.
That's what I've been preaching all day. I'm like, hey, people are like, you guys are just getting this old shit. Another Tomb Raider, another Halo. I'm like, hey, I would love to get old school shit on the PlayStation. Instead, we get indies and remakes, and it's a bunch. It's like a bunch of stuff that it's not worth the money. You're buying these, you're spending money on consoles with the intention that they're going to put out quality software, and hopefully people aren't fooled this year. I think Microsoft's plan is to show actual gameplay footage. That way, Sony can't get away with showing CGI. You know, somebody's going to have to call them out. Somebody will.
No one's. Listen, you saw game trailers. You saw their top 10 games. Not one Xbox.
That was dog shit. They didn't even get.
You saw
put
GameSpot. You're like, come on, look at the list from GameSpot. You got one. Listen, and the greatest Halo 5 may be, but you don't have Gears on your list. There's no Quantum Break on it. When you pick the Division over Quantum Break and over Gears, like, come on. I'm not quite sure they got their hands on that beta. I'm quite sure they played that beta of fucking the Division. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah. Like, come on, man.
Hey, Bethesda's press conference is in, I think, 10 minutes, right? 15 minutes.
Okay, well, listen. So, with that being said, let's do a few questions and maybe make a surprise with Bethesda on stage. So, if you guys, have any questions, you can shoot them at us right now, and yeah, let me refresh the page. If you guys see anything, crap, you see anything, just answer them.
Is Showstopper still alive?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm chilling.
Yeah.
Mooch must have that crap gamer connection.
Yeah, he tripping today. I got that same connection because it kicked me out of here. It's the app. The app be crashing, from time to time.
Okay, iTech I'm about to expose his silly ass. Resogun is a PS4 exclusive. It's not on anything. You guys are the biggest group of Xbox fanboys I have ever seen. Okay. And your name just up iTech Kids. You mean to me Resogun is not on the PS3? Huh?
Resogun's on the Vita, PS3, and PS4. So I bought it first on PS3.
I know you did. I saw your review.
Yeah.
Was that really your review? But yeah. iTech Kids. Sorry to expose you. We know what the hell we're talking about. We are the most compelling. Sorry.
No, we're not. One of us is.
Yeah, one of us.
Damn right. The producer. The producer of the show. One of my many hats.
Brown 1746 put y'all are on drugs if you didn't think Uncharted didn't look good.
No, I'm not saying it didn't look good. You're misunderstanding. It's not a revolution from 3 to 4. It's an evolution.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't even. This doesn't even pertain to us. Insane XXL says, "Why is Blazing Phoenix always wearing a wife beater?"
Who?
Beats his wife.
Oh, Blaze.
Blazing Phoenix, yeah.
He beats his wife. He beats his wife and keeps an Xbox.
Yeah, why would we know, man? He keeps an Xbox. That's all we care about.
We got here from Seeable. What do you think about the Gears info leak?
I saw it. I think it's accurate, but I glanced at it and then I shut it off because it's so detailed it has to be accurate. Did you read it?
Yeah, it's Gears 1, but they put a Gears 3 photo up there, so people were reporting it as Gears 3 or Gears Trilogy.
But they talked about 90 extra minutes in the single-player campaign that was basically on the PC. It's now in the campaign now. They talked about 60 frames per second multiplayer. They talked about different characters that you can unlock and play as. So
just take my money.
Accurate, but I wish I didn't see it.
Yeah. Oh, hey, did you guys hear? I don't think we talked about it, but Microsoft sent out emails saying that Xbox Live Gold subscribers will get something free tomorrow during E3. So
maybe the beta for Gears
could be something. It could be something as like a beta or it could be a game. It could be Gears. It could be anything. They could be giving away because there was rumors that Rise and Forza Motorsport 5 were going to be this month's games with Gold. And then we got Pool Nation for a third month in a row. So yeah. So we could. What a better time because look, Forza 6 is coming out, right? That means Forza 5 is like, the third 3 games ago, So it would have no problem, doing Gears. So no problem. Forza 5, Rise. Why not Rise, man?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, all right. We got here is Dan Robinson put, "Hey, you guys, you should be careful about making fun of the Japanese before that donkey teeth weirdo makes another video about y'all again." I want to bring it. We used to it. Yo, someone, I guess he made a video of him unboxing the air conditioner, and they was making fun of his K-Swiss sneakers, and he said he had dusty floors. I don't know what the fuck's going on with Bond. I don't know. Someone sent me a picture of Bond with these ashy-ass ankles and these size 13 K-Swiss sneakers. All white. Ooh, like somebody's grandfather.
You know what? I'm going to tell you, man. Is them classic K-Swiss?
Yes.
Did he have those?
No, it wasn't even, they weren't even as cool as those. They was some...
No,
There was
remember the classic ones, the white ones.
Yeah, but they were white. They were off white. Like you done watch them a few times in the washing machine.
I'm gonna tell you, man, them K-Swiss get meat and potatoes up there in the front, bro. They started out like, wow, they ball up. Yeah. But they weren't even as cool as those. It was like some of the non-cool ones. Like those was at least in style at one point. But some of them, man, don't ever get no K-Swiss.
There was some K-Swiss with an air bubble on them, like some Nike Air Maxes, but it was K-Swiss.
Hey, I think we've given Donkey Teeth enough time on our podcast. He's not really relevant enough, in my opinion. But anyway, Mr. Festo says, what do you guys think about EA Access giving out Titanfall?
I think it sucks with guys that already own the game, but it keeps the community alive, keeps the game growing.
Hey, not only that, but check this out. You can buy it Xbox One, and then just if you only have $5 for 1 month, boom, you get Titanfall, you get Plants vs Zombies, you get Battlefield 4, you get Need for Speed, Most Wanted, you get Peggle 2, you get NBA Live 15, you get FIFA 15, you get Madden 15. It's the best value going. Only Sony doesn't think it's a value for some reason, and they don't want to give you the option to get it, but it is a very good value. It's worth the $30 a year. Especially when they keep adding to it, and that's a must-have at this point. I actually wish Microsoft would incorporate a version of Xbox Live Gold with that. You know what I mean? Like, I think that Gold they should lower it and then say, okay, lower it to 40 and then make it 60 if you want EA Access as well. I think that would do really well for them since it goes through Microsoft anyway. If you want to cancel EA Access, you actually have to go to the Xbox Live page or whatever. You know what I mean? It's like tied through them. So I don't know what the deal is, but I think it's a hell of a deal if you have an Xbox One. Here, this Tip Top Dalton has a few questions. He says, "Do you all think Call of Duty will have a good competitor this year?"
Call of Duty?
Yeah.
Halo 5.
Yeah, well, Halo 5 and I think Battlefront are going to be good competitors for it.
Battlefront's coming out? Oh, yeah, Battlefront is coming out this year, yeah.
Yeah, Star Wars Battlefront, yeah.
So, yeah, they have
in terms of multiplayer, it'll have a good competitor, but in terms of single player, Halo's going to own both of them.
Oh, absolutely. Halo is the best game ever, right, Worry?
That's a fact.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? I was playing through Halo
game that you're gonna see with man eyes.
Man, I was playing through Halo 4 today, right? Like I'm getting hyped for the E3 and everything.
Looks great, doesn't it?
It looks fucking fantastic. I'm like, wow, this game looks better than Destiny. You know what I mean? And there's ships and vehicles. I'm like, man, these guys are wizards, man. And this stuff was on the 360, and now the lighting, everything is just so much better on there. That makes me all that much more excited to see what they do with the new hardware. So
yeah.
And he also says last week he asked about Halo 5 having a sandbox type game mode, and somebody mentioned like GTA 5, and he says he meant something like Star Wars with a bunch of players and vehicles on the same kind of.
Well, Halo's already has maps like that, where you're in vehicles and you're in you know what I mean? So they've had that, like Halo 2 had that map where you could fly the Banshees, or you could drive in the Warthogs, or you could be on foot. So
yeah, I agree.
I'm not sure what he means.
And he says he hopes to see a new Medal of Honor announcement. I think that EA killed off that franchise because the last one wasn't very.
That was a good franchise though.
It was like, you know what was funny?
Last one was terrible.
Yeah, I liked the campaigns for the last two Medal of Honors, but yeah, and you know why? It was because they didn't they let DICE do it. Like DICE did the multiplayer, and then the other studio did the single player. Yeah, so. And so the multiplayer just played like Battlefield, it wasn't very good. Like I didn't like it. And he says, "Are y'all doing anything special tomorrow, like podcast?" Yes. There's gonna be so much shit going on. We're gonna do the Microsoft conference live on Next Gen's channel, but I think I might do a little pre-show beforehand on mine, and then we're gonna do the reaction show.
What time is Sony's?
Sony's is I think 8:30 or 9 Eastern p.m.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then so we'll do reactions on my channel, and we're gonna do the live stuff on Next Gen. So.
Okay. Yeah. So you guys we do live, we do the reactions on crap. So
yeah. So you guys will have to go back and forth a little bit, but it's all good. Yeah, you'll be
while you're watching it. We'll make sure to keep it juicy.
Are you doing the Sony one too?
I'm clowning tomorrow.
Yeah. We're gonna do both. Yeah.
I got my coffee. I'm ready to rock.
Yeah, I told him, I was like, get some uppers or something, dude.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. The cat's under the bag. Little pill popper.
Oh, hey, J Long has the real good questions. Why do Sony ponies Photoshop the faces of you guys on gay porn?
Because they're gay and they like porn. I don't know.
Because they're already looking at it, so they might as well, like, you know, put our faces on there. I don't know. It's kind of
because they know that crap leads an alternative lifestyle.
Oh yes, I am. Damn,
He's the most compelling ball sucker there is.
Oh, hey, Jay Williams, Graphic God says, "Hey guys, I've been thinking a little of a new title, and he wants to be known as the art director for now on instead of the Graphic God." So
Yes.
you know how like I'm the producer. Yeah, he's the art director. So yeah, what's up, Jay Williams, man?
The art director.
Hell yeah!
I got a good one from Livewire Animation. What if Microsoft moved Scalebound, Crackdown, and Quantum Break not only to make them headliners for Gamescom, but to showcase even bigger IPs and third-party exclusives at E3? Maybe we get a Splinter Cell exclusive, Mass Effect exclusive, Silent Hill exclusive, maybe or other great IP. Microsoft was so quiet up until now. It's like Microsoft was playing cards and they have a hand so crazy that if they told us before they showed, we wouldn't swear they were lying.
Well,
I don't. Yeah.
Well, Major Nelson said, "Oh shit!" when he found out something. He was videotaping yesterday or something like that, right? And then when he found out what was happening, he was like, "Oh shit!" I think he was periscoping or whatever, and then So
you think they don't keep him informed? You think he was out in the dark too?
I think that I think Phil did a conscious effort to tell as little people as little as possible, right? Yeah. So I wouldn't be surprised because they didn't want. They didn't want the leaks, and so I think that remember Phil did say he'd make up that Street Fighter thing, so I got a feeling they could have something that's really big that's going to blow us all away, and that's why I'm excited. I mean, will I sleep well tonight? I don't know, because like I was telling Next Gen, I haven't been this excited. Like I already got the little bit of adrenaline going.
We said this last week. To move those 3 games out of the show, they have to have something huge.
They got to have something, right?
Yeah, they've got to have lots of stuff,
right?
If they don't and they move those 3 shows out, then they're dumbasses.
Yeah. So I'm going to take it, since they're saying it's the best show ever that Microsoft has had at E3, I'm going to say that they have some nice things to show, and they're excited, and everybody's going to take note, I think. I think even the haters, like, everybody's going to watch Microsoft show, even the haters. Because
that happens every year.
They got to find something, yeah.
Yeah, because, you know why? Because that's the most question marks, is Microsoft show.
You know what? It's going to be Microsoft. The problem was they showed so many exclusives crammed in together that you really didn't get a chance to enjoy them. Like anything. And then I had to keep looking from left to right and spring them most from the back of my neck.
I'll be like, shut up!
Yeah, I'm
trying to hear that trash.
I guarantee it. Microsoft just showed too much, and it just had everything crammed together. But
I remember last year when Sony was doing the power stuff, and only one person mentioned that people were praising Sony for doing what they trashed Microsoft for last year, and even Warrior did a video on it.
It was what's her name, right? It was
Andrea Renee. She was like, "Aren't we going to bring up the fact that Sony did everything that everybody bashed Microsoft for?" And then everybody quickly changed the subject. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think that's interesting. Let's see. Lace Chuck says BGST is the best. Fuck the rest.
Yes.
So
Lace Chucks, man.
What would be your holy shit moment for E3?
Holy shit moment for E3 would be Microsoft announcing that they bought several exclusives from Konami.
Yeah, I think that would be a very nice kind of thing, Unfortunately, Kojima's not going to be there. That's confirmed that he's not going to be there. So I'm not really sure what's going on.
He doesn't work for Konami anymore. Why would he be there?
Well, they're launching his game.
But they took him off everything.
Yeah, they did. I mean, that company is a shell.
They took him off everything.
Yeah.
They said he even invited them to his birthday party. This was woke. Seriously, I'm not even saying it to be funny, but that's really what was said.
Christian, let's do a couple more. Christian says, "What is Next Gen's beef with the Division? In my opinion, that game looks great. I'm really excited for the game that's coming."
My beef is that you didn't play the beta.
Yeah, some of us played the beta and it wasn't too.
Yeah, it's not. You know what the problem is it's sometimes games look really good, and they're just not fun.
No, they show you the good-looking parts in the trailer, but the game is not really. From what I played in the beta, it wasn't that great. I'm just being honest.
Yep, exactly.
That's why I said what I said about GameSpot. I know they had their hands to play it behind the scenes, You can't tell me you're gonna pick that up there before, and then push back before Gears 4. Like, come on, man. Someone's like, come on, before Forza Motorsport 6. That's crazy.
Yeah. Hey, Omazio asks a question. He says, if Microsoft underdelivers, will y'all continue to be in denial? I think that we didn't do that last year. Like, I was impressed with what they did. Everybody else was kind of like, meh, just because there was no surprises.
Here's the thing. For some people, no matter what they do, Microsoft's going to underdeliver, right?
Yeah.
I mean, people are just going to say they underdelivered.
Like Omazio, dude, no matter what they do, you're going to think they underdelivered.
No matter what Sony shows, you're going to think Sony won, so.
Like, if you're going to ask people about being in denial, then you have to, like, look in the mirror a bit.
Yeah, yeah, dude.
Not that person. I'm just saying, like, in general, I see it all the time on Twitter. It's like, I can't believe you said this, but then you go and you look at people that they talk to or their circle of friends, and it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So just take it easy. It's video games. It's plastic, for God's sake. Microsoft can have a good show. It's okay.
Mm-hmm. Hey.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Hey, here one more. ABY Power says, I think Titanfall is still the best fast-paced first-person shooter out there. You gay agree? I think he meant you guys agree, but he said you gay agree.
No, he was talking. He was talking to you, crap.
He was talking to me. Well, I will agree. I'll say that Titanfall, and apparently the new Black Ops 3, they changed how that game moves around. It's faster paced and it moves sort of like Titanfall, but not as fluid. I think they really nailed. That probably has to do with that damn Quake engine that they're using.
Yeah, it's cross-gen. I'm not even buying it.
Yeah. So.
All right.
I have it pre-ordered. I have it pre-ordered just because that way I can play the beta and see how it is.
Are we the only 3 left in this podcast?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay.
Oh, there he is.
All right. Well, listen, ladies and gentlemen, this will be the last question. LRM3693. He put old spacious guys. LOL. I know Microsoft has 3 surprises at least. One being the big system update. I think the console is going to get a crazy feature. I think so too. For Gold members, they said there's a surprise, and Major Nelson teased an old shit moment is coming. And if Joe Montana 16 has an NFL license on top of the 3 huge AAA, this is going to be crazy.
Yeah, it has to have the NFL license.
It does. Otherwise, I'll be disappointed, and I'll be honest about
and I'll
the
say it. Right, absolutely.
I'm still going to buy the game, but I will be disappointed. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it is what it is.
And also, man, I don't want to see any Oculus Rift or or HoloLens, to be honest.
I have to say, we're going to see some Windows 10. We're going to see some Windows 10 because of Fable. We're going to see Windows 10 because of Fable.
I don't think it's going to be on Microsoft stage, though. Remember, they're supposed to take the PC side.
Well, they didn't say that Fable wasn't coming to E3. Like, I don't know. We're going to see Fable. They're going to show Fable.
They're going to show Fable, but don't PC have a E3 conference this year?
Yeah, Microsoft was going to be there. To what extent, I don't know, but
and they said they're going to be talking about gaming, so I think they'll show Fable over there.
Well, we shall see. But what do you think about the Xbox One getting a big update?
I think we might see the newly designed dashboard, but I don't think they're going to spend much time. I think I think most of it, I'd say 75 to 80 minutes are going to be games, and then you might see 10 or 15 minutes that's other stuff, because let's be honest, the last 2 years have been 100% games, and there has to be a little bit of time and leeway to show a little bit of stuff, because Sony's allowed to, Microsoft should be allowed to show a little bit of other stuff too.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you guys tomorrow at 12 o'clock, 12:30. With 12 o'clock, 12:30, back here, we're going to be doing the E3 live. You guys get our reactions, and then we'll see you back on Crap's channel for the reactions to what we just saw. So thank you guys for tuning in. See you guys tomorrow. Take care. God bless.
Rack 'em up. E3, bitches.
Right. I'm going to watch the game, fellas.